Hello and welcome back to SF at Giants Recap. And the Giants, they won today 12-9 against the Royals. So that's what we're going to go over in today's video. Make sure to subscribe and like if you do end up enjoying. I go over every Giants game and go over all the goods, the bads, what you should pay attention to, and how everyone's doing. So let's hop into kind of the premise of today's game. The Giants scored 12 runs. The offense was really good. Joey Bart, he's making a case for himself. Wade Meckler's doing really well. Tyler Fitzgerald had a multi-hit game. So all these guys are performing really well and making the roster crunch. It's going to be pretty hard for Bob Melvin to kind of pick and choose who he's going to put in, because Tom Murphy yesterday had the walk-off. Patrick Bailey proved himself last year. And then Joey Bart's doing great right now. You'll never know. Joey Bart always does good in spring training, like my comments have said. But maybe you give him more of a chance this time. And Bob Melvin will probably have a different strategy about this than Gabe Kapler did. So we're going to hop into the highlights now. Speaking of the youngsters doing really well, Casey Smith and David VR, they both had home runs today early in the game. And then Tyler Fitzgerald, he had a double. Luis Matos, he had a double. So these guys that we're going to be depending on, they're starting to perform really well and had a really good game today. And they haven't had a bad spring at all. I mean, Tyler Fitzgerald has been a little bit slower, but having a double today, that's really good. Then Joey Bart, he had a 3-hit game, scoring 3 runs, a 2 RBI. Did really well today from Joey Bart. That's what you like to see from Joey Bart. He has a compact swing. He has a good swing. We know what he can do. He just has not proved it at the big league level, and so maybe give him another chance before we just let him go. Because if he's going to prove it right now, maybe go him as the backup and not Tom Murphy. Maybe you just drop Tom Murphy, give Patrick Bailey the starting, have Joey Bart the backup, and see how that rolls. Because for a backup catcher, all we want is someone who's batting 220 to probably 230 and is really good behind the plate. And Joey Bart is that. If he can be a backup catcher putting up those numbers, that is what would be great. Wade Meckler, he did really well. He's been swinging the bat really well. His compact swing he's a shorter guy, so he doesn't have a lot of power, but a double today is good to see. Otto Lopez, he had another single. Tyler Fitzgerald with a triple. All these younger guys are wanting to prove themselves, and they know that the time's ticking to prove yourself. So good to see all of the youngsters doing really well. For the pitching side of today's game, Logan Webb, 7 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, only 1 strikeout this time. Usually if the strikeout numbers are up, I'm positive, just thinking that some things got away. When he only has 1 strikeout and 3 1/3 innings, that's a little worrisome right there. Now, Logan Webb's going to be your opening day starter. There's no doubt about it. He's a great pitcher. He came in second in Cy Young voting, so there's no need to overreact. But just look out for Logan Webb. Hopefully, this is just him trying to fix a pitch that struggled last year a little bit maybe. Or maybe he's working on some mechanics right now and knows that giving up runs doesn't really matter. But we can keep an eye on Logan Webb and see how he does. Because right now, he's posting a 10.03 ERA in spring. So we'll see how that plays out. Dalton Jeffries, though, he was one of those guys I think we added to see if he could be those inning eaters, they say. And he had 3 innings today, 3 strikeouts, only allowed 1 run on 2 hits, and the 1 run wasn't earned. So really good to see from him. He's been performing, I say, decent. And so keep an eye out for him for pitching pretty good. And then Spencer Bivens, he allowed only 1 run on 1 hit with 2 strikeouts. So the pitching wasn't terrible today. Just make sure to look out for Logan Webb. That will do it for today's recap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for a new SF Giants Recap video.